All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Orioles franchise. Yes, I'm wearing the same thing from last episode because it's the same day. It is 3 minutes later, and I'm ready for the draft, man. I watched a ton of videos about the draft, and there's just a ton of pressure on me, right? If you do not know, the Baltimore Orioles were the worst team in baseball last year, and until this point, if you had the worst record, you got the first pick. There was no lottery system. It was the worst record, the second worst record, and so on and so forth. So with us having the first overall pick, I have to make sure I hit it out of the park and do the right thing and draft the right guy. So I've been watching a ton of videos on YouTube trying to figure out how to do scouting and everything. But what I found out is I started scouting a little bit too late. I have a list of people that I really like, and we're going to try to figure out which one is our first overall pick. But I wasn't able to scout nearly as many people as what I wanted. So because of that, instead of us hitting on all 6 draft picks, we probably might hit on 2. And hopefully next year it's a little bit better because I have a little bit more time under my, whatever, to learn these things. But you have to remember, I've never played a franchise in my life. So I'm a little bit afraid, but excited because this is different than MLB, or different than NBA 2K. Because even if you do no scouting whatsoever in 2K, they give you, at the bare minimum, they give you a mock draft. And you can pick on the mock draft who's projected to be #1, and you can just take that guy and pray for the best. And this one, they don't give you none of that. And this one, you have to just do your scouting. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but I'm excited to potentially get it right or potentially get it wrong. You feel me? So we're going to have to see how this goes. So we are 1 day into the draft, and I'm hoping that I can squeeze in just a little bit more scouting in this 1 day. It's unlikely, but I hope I can. So in my video, what I found out is, well, obviously you want the people with the high potential because those are the dudes that can either blossom into stars or you can use down the line as trade bait to get a star. And if you look at the amount of people that we scouted, there's the people that they scout for you. These are called the blue chip guys, I guess. And then there's just a small list of people that I personally scouted. And obviously that is not enough for us to feel very confident going into the draft. I do have a short list of about 4 different prospects that I think could be the first overall pick. And I still haven't decided which one of them I'm going to take. So that's something we got to think about, like right now. Because the draft is here and we have the first pick. Okay, let me show you. I think there's 3 different dudes that I've narrowed it down to. The first dude that I have on my list is Sergio Marquez. From the very first episode, I showed you this guy, and he looked like he could be a stud. He's a 19-year-old right-hand thrower. He's got a 5-pitch repertoire. He's 6 foot, and he's from the DR. He's got some really good stuff there. He's got some really, really good stuff there. And he's only 19, and they're projecting that he can be on a major league roster in a year, which is not bad whatsoever. So that's #1. #2 on my list was another blue chip guy, and that's this Frank Sparks guy. They're projecting that he could be up next season, and he looks insane if I'm being honest with you. He is a right-handed hitter, 5'11", 20 years old, from New Mexico. Projected that he can come up in 2 years too, or after next season, and he looks good. And then the last guy that I have is not even a blue chip guy. It's a guy that I found personally. And I guess I didn't even scout him completely, so some of these things could still be wrong. He doesn't have complete potential like the other 2 dudes. But if I'm looking at his little graph here, he looks like a very, very good guy. Only 18 years old. And they're saying he can be taking his first major league swings next season if all things goes perfectly. Lefty. He's 6'1". He's got some decent speed, some decent hitting. And I like him, man. Out of all 3 of the prospects, I think this is the one that I like the most. Robbie Dotson from Nevada. Am I crazy for not taking a blue chip guy? I don't know. And I hope that y'all are lenient in the comment section. Because, again, this is my very first draft of all time. I'm taking Robbie with the first pick. And, I was going to say maybe some of these guys last to the second round. It don't look like it. Because I think I saw Marquez goes in the 6th overall pick. And then this guy was also on my list, but he was so far out, 2026 plus. He had crazy potential, some really good speed and stuff. He's so far away. But Franklin went to the Angels? Oh, snap. I don't really like that. But we can only pick one. And you know what? If you remember 2 episodes ago, we traded away Cole and one other person because they got traded to the Marlins in real life. And in that trade with the Marlins gave us a 17-year-old prospect, 1 pitcher, and then they promised to give us one of their picks. And this is the first time in MLB history or MLB history where picks were able to be traded, but you can't do it in MLB The Show. So how do I get my pick? This is the time I want my pick, but I can't get it. So what am I supposed to do? I have another guy, and I hope that he's here. Oh, there's two of them. So there's this Leo, and he's not completely scouted yet either. He's a pitcher, 6'1", right-hander. He's got 2 fastballs, a changeup, and a slider. And it looks like he's got some pretty solid stuff. He doesn't walk many people. The velocity is pretty, I would say it's below average velocity, but it's still okay. He's got some good break, nice arm, and everything. And then the second guy is his first baseman. And you know what? This might be the guy I go with since we didn't go with Franklin Sparks, because he's also a first baseman, Jermaine. Now, he is 22, which is on the older side. He went to Washington, and his potential is not as high as the other dude, right? No, the potential is not there just yet, but it's still okay. 65 overall, and Corona is also a 65 overall. So I guess is what do we prioritize? We already drafted a bat. So should we be thinking pitcher here? I think I'm going bat. I'm sorry, I'm going bat. Jermaine Hall, welcome to the organization. Okay. There's still a possibility that the other guy's still there in round 3, and he's not. Oh, he is! W! Oh my God, I'm the greatest drafter of all time. I got both of the guys that I wanted. That's beautiful. Oh my God. Okay, now this is where things get a little bit interesting. I knew I was gonna get to a point around here. The only other guy I have scouted is this guy. He's a first baseman and he's pretty bad. So I did some more YouTubing. And I was trying to figure out, what do we do? How do we pick out a good prospect without having any scouting? And let me find the video that I watched. I cannot find the video. And I'm looking through my history, but y'all know I got 12 different channels. So I don't even know what account I was watching it on. And one thing the person said is that typically, it's not 100%. Typically, if somebody is projected to have an 80 potential, they're not going to be 80 if you don't scout them. But they might not be that far off, right? That's basically what we have to go off of. And just take some shots in the dark. This guy's young. He's at the top of our list. Did we just go top list? See, this can't be real. This is more believable. 80-60. There's no way an 80-80 player is sitting there in the 4th round. But I can believe an 80-60 dude is sitting there in the 4th round. And he's at the top of the list. Draft the top of the list, fella. William Song, high schooler, 18 years old. He could be a stud. Who knows? All right, 5th round. Yeah, this is where things get a little bit worse because I have no idea. Who do we draft? We drafted 2 pitchers, infielder, and outfielder. Okay, I mean, that doesn't help us at all. Richie has a 3-pitch repertoire. I'm not having no starter pitcher. I have only had 3 pitches in this repertoire. Man, okay. This is my promise to you. Next season, we're bodying the draft. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We started too late this year. This year's the day. Next year's the year where we gonna do it big. So we were already at a disadvantage because I didn't do my due diligence. But hey, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta go out there and draft at the end of the day. And you know what? Since I can't do it for these last 2 rounds, my assistant GM, go ahead and auto draft. Hopefully they get some studs. Moment of truth for us though. You know what? It could have been worse. Oh, they drafted a stud. 71 overall, 80 potential. They did miss on one. And then we drafted a stud randomly. Okay. I don't think this is a bad draft. The first overall pick guy ended up being Robbie Dotson. Now, he's only got an 84 potential, but that's pretty good. He's a 72 overall, which is like better than most of the prospects we already have. We have Jermaine, who's a 66 with an 82 potential, but he can hit pretty solidly. And then this guy, 82 potential. It could have been better. I'm more excited about William Song. Wow. That's a lick. Okay. Let's go out there. I want to take a look at some of the other people that we missed out on. The 2 people, 90 potential, but he's a 42 overall. Stop that. Hector Silva was a blue chip guy. He went to the White Sox. Interesting. So here's Franklin Stark. He was one of our top 3 prospects in our first round. He has a 94 potential. He's a 67. Huh. Yeah. Okay. I mean, did we miss? Potentially. Oh, that guy's a 91 potential. Ricky Cruz. I didn't even have him on my list, but his potential is really good. Where is Marquez? Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at my draft. Yes, the other two people are good for sure, but we can only have one of them. Oh my God, this guy got drafted in the 4th round, almost 90 potential. I think we did okay. For our first draft, I think it was all right. You know, I'm looking at some of the other prospects here. I'm not seeing nobody with a 99 potential, which is a good thing. We didn't miss on no... Okay, 99 potential Race Sellers. But bro, he's 30 years away from being a major league player. Look at him. He's a 52. I'm glad I didn't waste my first round pick on him. Is he going to be a stud one day? Maybe. But MLB 26 might be out by the time he do his thing. So I'm not mad at that. Where are the Marlins, bro? The Marlins owe me a pick. And I don't know how I get that pick from them. And they did not draft well at all. So maybe never mind. Oh, they got Sergio. But again, yeah, they weren't giving us their first round pick. They didn't draft well. I think that we did okay, man. I think that we did all right here. All things considered. With us starting scouting later and us not having any experience with it, I think we did okay. Like I said, next year will be better. Guarantee it. I'm surprised that Williams' song is that nice, bro. I'm surprised he's that nice. I'm going to sign everybody, though. Except for that guy. Yeah, you don't have no place in this league. I'm sorry. Everybody's getting the contract for me. Can I not change it? I mean, I can give him more money or less money. But you know what? I'm okay with the $80,000 deal. And we can do a quick little recap episode, too, while we're here. Because we just ended the 2nd month of the season. We are sitting at the 2nd spot in the division. Only 1 game behind the Blue Jays, which is still ridiculous to me. Let's take a look at All-Star voting. John Means is there with his 2.95 ERA. Pretty good still. Pretty good. Closing pitcher Tyler Wells is in there. Catcher Adley Rutschman is starting to turn up at least a little bit. We got Trey Mancini at the top, at the very top. He is higher than Vladdy Jr. That's insane. Ryan Mountcastle there as well. All right. Second baseman, we're not going to have that. Shortstop, we're not going to have that. Or third base, we're not going to have that. Second base, we're not going to have that. Outfield, Austin Hayes is great. Seti has more votes than Mike Trout. He has almost 200,000 more votes than Mike Trout. Yeah, stop playing with us. And that's cool with that. We're going to take a look at Player of the Month of May. Trey Mancini is the player of every month. We got a Player of the Month, right? John Means last month. Trey Mancini this month. I mean, when you hit 336 with 8 home runs and almost 30 RBIs in a month, yeah, you're going to do that type of stuff. And out in the other conference, in May, it's Freddie Freeman, it's Carlos and Nelson over there. You see, when it comes to some names, I don't even attempt to pronounce the last name because I know I'm going to butcher it. I want to go out to look at the trade stuff. I just want to see who's on the trade block. Austin Meadows is there. Basically, pretty much completely the same as last year, last time we checked. Bummer is still here. He's only pitched 11 innings. He's only pitched 11 innings. What type of trade would you be looking for? They want... Okay, let's stop. They're looking for Hall. Not going to happen. They're looking for this guy. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I would do this trade 100% of the time. It doesn't make sense for the White Sox, though. That's an unrealistic trade, in my opinion. That's unrealistic. These are unrealistic trades, in my opinion. So I'm not gonna go out there and stain them. But I was very, very tempted. I'm just curious about some of the stuff. I'm just curious of what the trade looked like. You know what I'm saying? Ramon, yeah. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at things just a little bit. I still think Bummer being on the team would be nice for us. Only 28, 3 years under team control. But I'm still some time away. We could fall off in this month and immediately we like, why did we trade for a 28-year-old? You know what I'm saying? So it's too early for us to make that trade, in my opinion. But I think that's where we wrap things up for this one. I know it was a short one, but this was really just for the draft. And I want you to go down below, all things considered, let me know, grade me on my drafting in this year. Because I thought we did okay. Not great, but okay.